Anne Marie Wiley is accusing Marcellus Wiley of attacking her in 2012 while he was intoxicated and tried sleeping with two of her friends the same year. I told y'all about trying to take it from your wife. Those days are long gone. Okay, you cannot, unfortunately, society has deemed her no longer your property, and you cannot take the puss from your wife. Your wife has autonomy over her body. Okay, you cannot force your wife to give it to you. Those days are long gone. There are countless scores of husbands in jail and prison right now for trying to do what the Bible said. Hey, I want to use my wife, her body right now. I want to use all her holes. You can't do that these days. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen the big ticket video. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that. Okay. She says he punched her and gave her a black eye in 2014. And when she was 9 months pregnant in 2019, he threw a Coke bottle at her head. She claims he also struck her in the head with his shoes in August of 2025. Earlier this year, she says he dragged her out of bed, berated her, hit her, assaulted her, and told her this is his property. And she had to do what he said. Okay. She says he then attacked her a second time that day and attacked her again 2 days later. She also claims he borrowed $100K from her and hasn't paid it back and ran up her credit card bill to $100,000. Anne Marie has filed for divorce, is requesting a restraining order, and is asking the court to have Marcellus stay 100 yards away from her and allow her to use their LA home exclusively. She is also seeking custody of their 3 kids. He's done. He's toast. He's toast. Okay? He's toast. Now his response. I love my children with everything I am. My highest priority has always been protecting them and preserving the relationship they have with both of their parents. Because of the public allegations made against me by Anne Marie, I have been forced to respond with evidence rather than emotion. More importantly, I owe it to my children to truthfully document what they and I have endured. To do that, I must address the lies Anne Marie has told about me by telling the truth about her and our marriage. Over the years, I have compiled videos, photographs, text messages, emails, and other evidence that directly contradicts those baseless claims and provides a factual record of our family and the events leading to this unfortunate divorce. Now, that record includes evidence of Anne Marie's repeated infidelity, including an affair with her pregnant friend's husband. Oh no, child! Oh no! Oh Lord, what? Including an affair with her pregnant friend's husband, serious and damaging parenting failures, a voodoo spell she cursed over my family, as well as fans she claimed hated her from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, along with many other unflattering documented events. To be frank, many friends, family members, and fans have opined that after she was kicked out off the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she lost her mind. Unfortunately, I must agree. I never wanted my family's issues and struggles to become public for any reason, including divorce leverage, but I unfortunately knew this day was inevitable. I was willing to endure anything, even hell itself, if it meant being with my children every single day. I am their hero, and now I am fighting to make sure the positive and real image they know of me is the one that endures. I am prepared to address these allegations and related matters through the legal process, and with evidence, my focus remains on my children, my integrity, and the truth. Thanks for your understanding. Ciao. I ain't reading all that. Wait. What is it? You said I ain't reading all that. I ain't reading all that. Making a statement to protect his kids and proceeds to call their mom a crazy whore. Uh-oh. Bruh, I'm on your side, but you probably should have deleted this one first. She sounds unstable. Please wish my old ass wife Anne Marie happy birthday. Love her so much for being the stable one in our crazy world. Okay. Imagine writing this out and hitting send. Y'all some clowns. Keep your personal life your personal life. We don't give it. I'm with him. I agree. But here's where the problem lies. Marcellus has a history of allegations against him. Okay, he has a history of allegations against him. He has a history of wanting to take it from, of wanting to grab him by the vagina. Okay. So let's go here. According to new legal docs, Janine De Nove and her legal team submitted exhibits related to Marcellus's recent arrest to support their effort to compel Columbia University to hand over documents they believe will help them with their case against Marcellus. Janine is suing Marcellus, claiming he attacked her in a dorm room in 1994 when they were both students at Columbia. It's over for this guy. It's over for this guy. It's over for this guy. Janine's legal team attached the complaint and a no contact order entered in the case about Marcellus's wife, claiming he threatened to take her out and poked her in the face during an argument in a Florida hotel. Okay. When Janine filed her lawsuit back in 2023, Marcellus denied the claims and said he planned to countersue for defamation, but it does not appear a countersuit has been filed as of yet. Okay. Okay. This guy's done. He's done. He's done. He's done. Let's go here.
My new evil phone company.
Oh my God, I can't believe I need to sign out into my other account. It doesn't. The sad part is with men, it doesn't have to be the truth. Just the allegations alone is enough to make you just say, you know what, it ain't. Sit down.
A lot of people been waiting on me to comment on Marcellus Wiley. And comment, oh, I will. But look, I'm on vacation. So I'm going to keep this one brief. Who the hell is Marcellus Wiley and who is he to me? Look, I worked with Marcellus 2 hours a day, 2 years straight. I know this man well. I texted Marcellus like 5 days ago, right before I came out here. I was in Beverly Hills. I texted my dog. I know this man well. I saw Marcellus, his wife, and his kids quite literally 4 weeks ago at USC at a track meet. I know these people. Now I'm going to preface with this. Marcellus, he says a lot about me, and oftentimes it's derogatory. I don't care. I'm not here to slander anybody. His wife, she's said a lot about me. Oftentimes it's derogatory. I'm not here to slander anybody, but we are going to keep it real. So what's the real? In case you're not familiar with Marcellus Wiley, 10-year NFL vet from Compton to Columbia. The dude's story as far as an intellect, it's outstanding. How the hell you get from Compton to Columbia, then you play 10 years in the league? You also, when you sign with the Chargers, I think the highest paid player in history? Oh, the high is incredibly high. I worked with them previously, but let's get to the latest. Domestic battery accusation, goes to jail post bond from his wife, Anne Marie Wiley. Okay, what the hell is really going on? Remember, I told you, I just saw both of them. Dapped up Marcellus, didn't speak to the wifey. What's the latest with Marcellus? We have started to see a fall, avalanche, if you will, from grace. I got to read some things because I don't want to get too much of it wrong. Multiple women have sued Marcellus alleging sexual assault allegations. Remember, 2023, there were 3 allegations of sexual assault.
In 1 year. I don't think y'all understand. This was in 1 year. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, but let's continue.
And then what happened? Well, in what looks like April now, there were even more allegations, 4 allegations. If you look and you do your research, 10 to 12 potential sexual assault victims from 1994, back when he was at his Columbia years, through 2009, including an ESPN production assistant. I'm not making this stuff up. This is literally just what has been going on with Marcellus. So outside of the latest rape accusation, this is what the hell has been going on with Marcellus Wiley, a person that I've seen 3 times in the last 3 months. Saw him at the Bird Street Club one time, saw him at USC another time, saw him at a Lot Trophy Award. I'm speaking in Orange County, saw Big Dog, spoke to him all 3 times. We do not have as much beef as people want to think we have, in large part because he talks a lot of mess about me and I just let that joint slide off. I'm not going here to get my get back. I'm just here to tell y'all some inside information that I might know based on knowing them personally. Remember, I'm not in their house.
Nasty work. Emmanuel Acho is slimy. Slimy.
So I can't speak to the nuances of everything that gone on. I only know the character of the individuals as I have interacted with them, specifically as I have interacted with them. Okay, that's what happened with Marcellus. Let's cut to the latest. The latest, Marcellus accused by his wife of raping her in 2012 while intoxicated, and then also trying to shoot at both of her friends. Raped her multiple times in January of 2026. Punched her in the face in 2014. Threw a bottle of Coca-Cola at her while she was 9 months pregnant in 2019. Again, these are all the accusations. Struck her with his shoe August of 2025, dragged her out of bed in January of 2026, and allegedly telling her she was his property. Stated she feared for her life, which prompted her to file the restraining order. What the hell's the latest? They were in, looks like Florida, like Resort World. I believe they have 3 kids together. Marcellus has 4. He has an oldest daughter, young 20s, and then they have 3 together. They're in Florida at like a baseball camp or something like that, some like baseball youth league. She calls the cops. She calls the cops on him because she alleged that the day before she called the cops, he poked her in the cheek. Pokes in the cheek, calls the cops, says that like she's fearing for her life. The cops asked her 7-year-old daughter, who was allegedly in the room, hey, did you see mom get poked in the cheek by dad? Daughter's like, I ain't seen nothing. Either way, the cops said that they found enough evidence that there was some sort of bodily harm that Marcellus, he ends up going to jail. Y'all know the vibes. If somebody gets called on domestic battery,
somebody has to go to jail, and or they're looking for bruising, swelling, redness. But 9 times out of 10, if they're called out for domestic, somebody's going to jail.
Assault, domestic, anything, somebody is going to jail.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets interesting. Remember, that happened in Orlando, Florida, just a couple days ago, July 4th weekend. Where it gets interesting is like, after the cops were called for that incident, it was then found out that there was a rape allegation. Okay, that's Marcellus. But yo, that's not where the story stops. Because who the hell is Anne Marie, his wife? Well, Anne Marie is coming to fame of her own. How the hell did that happen? Anne Marie in 2023 got cast on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I both know Anne Marie and I know her replacement. Acho, how the hell you know her replacement? Because she only lasted 1 season. Okay, so Anne Marie, she was adopted. She's currently on like a hunt to find her biological parents. Well, how do I know that? Because she took that hunt to Nigeria. Now, there was a video of Anne Marie that has since been deleted, looking very familiar with this wealthy man in like this Nigerian club. It got sent to me privately because obviously I'm Nigerian.
Okay, so let's go look. Oh, okay. The T is teen. So let's go look and see if we can find this. Yeah? Okay. Because, Twitter is probably the best source of news. Can we find it? No. It's not showing up. Nope. Okay, Marie. Well, let's do this. Let's say with. Nope. Okay.
Broken the system.
Oh, can't find it. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, never mind. Let's go.
So my Nigerian friends are like, hey, ain't this Marcellus's wife? I saw that video like a month and a half. I started doing my Googles. I was like, that's interesting. She looks far too familiar with a man that's not her husband, leaned over, smiling, key. That's separate from the allegation incident. I just found that interesting. But remember, I saw them later to track me, so I'm thinking, oh, it's all smiley in paradise. It wasn't all smiles in paradise. Anne Marie was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She lasted a season. After the season, she gets kicked off. Again, who's Anne Marie? Anne Marie is a nurse anesthetist, not an anesthesiologist. The difference is a CRNA doesn't necessarily have to go to med school, so there's less schooling. Anesthesiologists can administer anesthesia by themselves, and nurse anesthetist has to, in certain states, have an anesthesiologist kind of supervising them. That's the difference. Anne Marie appears to have, as of late, come into some fame of her own, or wanted to come into fame of her own. Okay, here's what's interesting, though. In Anne Marie's goodbye message, after finding out she wasn't going to be included in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she says, and I quote, this is a caption from an Instagram post, "What I am is a woman, a proud Black woman who is truly blessed with a wonderful, strong Black man as my husband, who lifts me and our 4 wonderful children up with so much love and positivity on the daily," she wrote.
My new evil
All right, so as soon as this is over, I'm going to switch accounts. Trust me, I pay YouTube Premium. I do not. I'm not too cheap for YouTube Premium. I'm not like the rest of these guys skipping through ads. I'm just on the wrong account.
Who was truly blessed with a wonderful, strong black man as my husband, who lifts me up in our 4 wonderful children with so much positivity on the daily. It's interesting to me because Anne-Marie is coming to some fame of her own. Marcellus has had fame of his own. I worked with Marcellus 2 hours a day, every day, for 2 years, 240 shows a year. Marcellus, if y'all know, because I've had to argue with the man, can be very antagonizing, if you will, difficult to argue with. Anne-Marie, she, in my experience, is equally volatile. Again, I ain't been in any rooms. I don't know what the hell did happen or didn't happen. I just know the allegations. What I do know is timelines. 2012, Anne-Marie alleges Marcellus raped her and tried to shoot it to a couple of her friends, alleges. 2014, they get married. I'm confused. 2012, Anne-Marie alleges Marcellus raped her, tried to shoot it to a couple of her friends. 2014, they get married. 2024, not on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, says, truly blessed, wonderful man is my husband who lifts up me and my 4 children. But the accusations state that Marcellus has a pattern of physical violence, verbal violence, emotional violence, financial abuse, and because of all the abuse, there are certain gaps and lapses in her memory. It's a tragic situation, not just for the adults, but really for their 4 children. Marcellus Wiley Jr., met Young Buck. That's Marcellus's son. The other 2 daughters, I've been to their house, people. I've been to their house. A tragic situation for all parties involved. A very complex and confusing situation, but again, oftentimes these domestic situations are complex and confusing because on the outside things look a certain way, then on the inside things are a far different way. I saw them together. We were together. I didn't go with them, but I saw them at a track meet. I said what's up to Marcellus. I seen the wife. Not entirely sure how this ends, but where it's at right now is that she is filing for spousal support, primary custody of the 3 children. Remember, the oldest daughter no longer lives at home. The oldest daughter is like 24, 25, something along the line. Spousal support, primary custody. She also alleged that Marcellus ran up $100,000 on her credit card bill and borrowed $100,000 from her that he's yet to pay back. So that's going to be interesting. Filing for spousal support, and he owes you $100,000. It's a complex, convoluted situation. These are my comments. What I know of them personally does not necessarily mean that they couldn't have or could have done anything. These are just my interactions with the individuals and how I am interpreting all of the information. Because some of the information is ugly. All of the information is ugly. But some of it is wildly confusing. Now, I'm going to get back to vacation. But I'll see y'all speak easy later next week.
Okay. That was pretty petty.